plush armchair, the aroma of essential oils and freshly brewed coffee filling the air. Expert stylists meticulously craft your perfect look, whether you're seeking a bold modern style or a classic timeless cut. Beyond the perfect haircut, indulge in a revitalizing manicure or pedicure. Our skilled technicians use only the finest ethically sourced products, ensuring a truly pampering experience for your skin and the planet. Enjoy a refreshing drink, a mojito, chamomile tea, or something bubbly while you unwind in our relaxing atmosphere. Looking to socialize? Challenge friends to a game of table tennis or snooker in our convivial relaxation area. Reconnect with yourself and leave feeling confident, truly pampered, and beautifully you. DUI Scott is more than just a salon, it's an experience that nourishes your mind, body, and soul. Find us at Roadblock Jalingo, Konaru, or call 081 4563 6195 to book your appointment today. DUI Scott, where style meets serenity.
Hello, viewers. A wonderful episode of Jalingo. How are you doing? And hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another segment of what's trending on some TV, the pulse of the nation. I still mean your anchor Tessis too. And guess what? Today I'm not alone in the studio. I have a wonderful guest with me today. I have by my left hand side, I have Best, aka Bella. Thank you so much for coming to whatever. And I also have by my right hand side Fina. You look gorgeous, Fina. How do you feel about this Jalingo's weather? It's sometimes you're looking good, you're shining.
Yes, not bad.
Okay, how was your weekend now?
Nothing serious. I was not in town.
Wow. Oh, was it that she wasn't even in town to enjoy her weekend? But how was it? I hope you enjoyed your
Yeah,
weekend.
I did.
Okay. All right, Bella, what about you? What do you have to say about this hot sun?
The sun is hot. The sun is hot. Yeah. But we're just managing.
We're looking fresh. You know, the weather's
No.
we're looking good and gorgeous, no, not it? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from my guests here in the house. I know the weather is cool, it's so hot, and they were still pushing it because, you know, Jalingo's weather is just so easy. All right, viewers, just I don't know where you're watching us from, but I know your weather there is also hot. I just know that very soon, don't worry, it will be a rainy um, season, so everybody will pull off under the rain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, welcome to us trending on some TV, the pulse of the nation. I still your anchor Tessie. How it was trending, there will be a number how it was on our screen for you to air out your own opinion on what you think about this our trend that we're about to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the story for today. The first trend I have said sad story of how a Nigerian orphan girl was sold for 1.5 million naira in Bukani Faso. This is such a terrified story because it's a young lady, upcoming mom. She's a single mom. She has been sold to some kind of people at Burkina Faso for 1.5 million. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to talk much, but let's watch the video for more details of the story.
Last year,
Put on like this.
second week of September, before that September, my sister don dey sick. We na orphan. So I lost my parents when I dey very young. So and I'm a single mom. So my sister wey dey take care of me, of us, she dey sick, badly injured. She match poison. So I don carry her go many places. Sotey the leg don dey decay. To the extent I even stop work because na only me dey look after her and the kids. So this people can't they help, money no can't they, rent don't expire, and the landlord they our neck, even as in they see the injury, we don't know what we go do. So one of my old friend, my classmate's brother, come see me one day, come say, now so you don't dey. I say now the condition. He say okay. Say in get one of his neighbor for their house. Say whether I know so and so person. I say yes. He say that woman daughter will go abroad. They seriously look for person we go sell for her. I say for abroad. He say yes. Say make I come the compound that evening. So that day I rush go the compound. The woman come tell me say she even beg me put. Say the daughter say she need God-fearing person. Say the first person that Yoruba betray the daughter for Burkina. Say if I go a beg, take care of the daughter for her. Say God go bless me. I say no problem. Say they go they pay me every two weeks of the month 20,000 sefa, and 20,000 sefa for naira then na 60,000 naira. I can't say 2 weeks. I say okay, no problem. Make I talk with the daughter. So then call the daughter. We talk for phone. I say I beg ma, no pay me that money till after 6 months. They pay the money to my sister account. She need that money pass me. If I come, she say okay, ma no come with anything. I say with anything. I say no, I go come with my things. I get things wey go sustain me. She say no, say she go buy everything for me. I say no. And now one of the titles where they use, they go say no carry anything come. Carry maybe 2 or 3 clothes. But me, I no agree. I carry my full bag. I say that money where you go use buy me clothes or shoes. Use them, send them to my sister. We seriously need financial assistance now. They say okay. I go house, go tell my sister. She say as far as say now husband and wife one carry me, give their daughter, no problem. Say this one they legit. I say okay. I can't go as go prepare that day. I still even beg landlord, tell and say him go hear from me with confidence. I can't carry my bag, can't travel. I sleep over for that compound that night so that we go early move. In the morning, before then they do say they don't send money, they never send money. I don't know, say another titles where they use. They don't send the money then, but they won't eat the money. So the money, now them come wake me say I know they travel again. I said to me, I don't know how now they do. Whether they go or be, I know they go. They say ma come, say everywhere don't clear. I carry my bag. We reach park. Now the husband, the father of the girl, carry me go park. They put me for motor where they go Lagos. I can't enter the motor, 25,000. But they lie to the girl saying na 50,000 naira. That one no consign me. I don't reach Lagos now, reach late hour. I reach that day, I can't they call them for phone. They say somebody go come pick me up. Hey, to my greatest surprise, nobody pick me up. Till in the morning, now God just make me Agbero no collect my phone. In the morning, now water. They go put me. I say, now this water will carry me reach the Burkina. They say, ma, calm down. Say, now, Port Novo. Say, if they ask me inside water, where you they go? Make I say, now, Port Novo.
Port Novo.
Yes. I say, okay. I say, if I reach there, they say, man, no worry. Say, if I reach there, say they don't snap my picture, send. Person will go pick me up. They there. To my greatest surprise, even small children, they inside that boat.
How old?
17 years, 16 years, 15 years, and migration they water. Then they ask. They even drop 2 girls because those ones now they ask them tension hold them. They say na Calabar they go. They say you know if you go Calabar from this water, someone a drop. With that one self, my mind don't they tell me something. As we reach Port Novo, person come pick me up. I say this one I want that so you don't even know me. They carry my bag. We enter bike. We spend how many hours for road? They go Cotonou. We sleep for Cotonou.
How many hours will I spend?
We spend like 3 hours. We sleep for Cotonou. You read the next day, they can't do my PS. I hold them for here. My PS to Burkina. So they no fit do and finish that day.
Waiting be PS.
na passports.
Okay. Okay.
So as they no fit finish and that day, we spend 2 days for there. So the third day we come move. They go the Cotonou. Now motor 9 carry us. Motor we carry fruits. 9 carry me for the front. They say if they ask me for road, make I talk say the guy na my husband. And now I laugh. I say, but this can like heavy. I never marry now. The guy call me one side, say, who I say I dey go meet. I say na my language, na my Igbo sister I dey go meet. He say as far as say na your sister, no problem. Then tell me wetin I wan go do. I say yes, I dey go say good. Now the man laugh. He give me a number. Even write am different. Give me say in case.
Wow. Viewers out there, I know you've seen this story because this is one of the touching stories I've seen so far, trending about the way these women traffickers are going about with it. And it's mostly affecting young ladies. Alright, let me not talk much. Let me allow my guest in the studio to talk. But viewers, if you have your own opinion, you can air it out by calling or sending us SMS on the number displayed on our screen right now. Alright, let me start with my guest today in the house, Fina. What do you have to say about this sister that has been retrieved back from these traffickers?
Trafficking has been something we've been suffering from in Nigeria. Like, it has been crazy. I've heard of a time where a mom sold her daughter, and a time where a friend lied to her other friend to get to, I think it was for like 500,000 or so. I feel the rate at which this thing is going these days is becoming crazy. We have a lot of people that are being sold out and we have not heard from them. I even have a cousin too. It's scary because people want to go out there to hustle and make a living because of how hard everything is in the economics of the hardship in Nigeria is right now. But it's scary because you can't go out. People will try to help you. You say, okay, let me go. Once you get there, you will not return back home because I don't even, the price at which they are selling out these people is even crazy. Why will you sell somebody out for 1.6 million naira? What will it even do for you in this country? I feel like the government needs to look into this more because it's really, really very crazy. And people out there, don't be traveling without, don't be doing illegal travels, because I notice they are the things that are causing people to fall into problem. You don't have visa, you don't have nothing. Someone just said, okay, I have a way to take you to this place, and you just follow the person. It's very wrong. I feel like these things, we are the one causing these things for ourselves. You don't know someone somewhere because you meet someone on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media as a whole, and the person say, okay, I have a job for you here. You just want to just go, you just want to work. And I will not even blame these people because the country is not funny. The country is not funny. There's no job. There's no money. People are starving. So people can do a lot of stuff. People can go extra miles just to feed their family. But it's really, really crazy. Please, let's be safe out there.
Most of these things don't even come from a friend to a friend. Most of it, even parents do. Okay, my friend is staying abroad. Follow him now. So you understand? Like, we girls, they be like, go and help the wife to work at home. Or go and help the wife. She has children, all those things. You know that wife or that person is not who that person says he is. Because mostly you go to even say that these villages are anywhere. That man is from the city. You follow him. Go and help his wife, and they're okay. And deep down, they're not okay. Just using people to get money. This world is crazy these days, Sha. Seriously, it's really crazy. But we just need to stay alerted and don't trust anybody. That is it.
All right, viewers. Just as you heard from my two guests with me today in the studio, just be alert and then do the needful. But for this, our sister, her story is so terrifying. She had to do this because of her sister who is sick. And for the people she stayed with that have to sell her for 1.5 million naira, they didn't try. Because what if it's their own daughter that was sold for that price or for that amount? What would they say, or what would they even think of? Because what they did is critically not bad. See the girl, okay, besides she's even a single mom, and that's the only person that is assisting her sister. In fact, she accepted it because her sister told her, since it's their daughter is a legit business, let her go for it. not knowing that it's something different that is taking her to Burkina Faso for all extent. Alright, my viewers, if you're still watching what's trending on Some TV, you can call in for your own opinion. You can send us SMS on the number displayed so that you can hear your own opinion on this trend really happening in our country and our society at large. Alright, let's see what our netizens are saying about this trend right now. I have Jennifer said, these traffickers are very mean people. That's how one of my friends told me to come over to Burkina Faso, that there's a gold company I will work and earn much money. I just told him I'm not interested because I already know the kind of job they are doing over there. God will continue to punish you, Shegun.
But there's a place, sorry to cut you short. Was it earlier last year at Adamawa State, let me say Michika, from Michika to Mubi, a lady sold her younger brother for 800,000 naira.
Whoa.
Two of them, like she sold them to one guy, and the guy was traveling to East. So the guy got caught because the boys were busy crying in the vehicle. So she sold her younger ones for 800,000 naira and gave her boyfriend 600,000 out of the money.
Can you imagine?
Like 2 life stories, 600,000.
What is happening in this country?
Like, do you get
Yes, like so these things are crazy.
after selling your brother,
Yeah, she now use the money, the rest change. They have and she use them buy iPhone. For you to know how
very useless.
these traffickers, I don't understand, but it's really not making sense these days.
And the funniest part is that the traffickers can be anybody, it can be your sister.
That is it. You won't know
it can be
who
anybody. They
who
will
is
sell
coming
you
for
for the
you.
most silly reasons. Like, oh my god.
Like she used 800,000 naira and gave her boyfriend 600,000 naira
That's a
and used the rest to buy an iPhone for herself.
Can you imagine? After selling your
So when she
brother.
went to the village, she told her mom that she wants to come and put them in a better school in the city. It's not even the city itself, that she wants to help her mother with 2 of her younger ones. So you see, this thing happens to everybody. Like just happens to everybody. Like look at their elder sister that sold them to a stranger. So you see, just stay safe out there, you understand, and trust. I don't think you can trust anybody right now.
That was a nice comment there. Thank you so much for that comment, Bella. Alright, I have another one from Chizoma said, and if the so-called madam come back to Nigeria, people will see them as people living abroad, not knowing they are traffickers.
Yes.
Now, wow. This is so touching, you know. All these things happening. I wonder how people see it and how they do their things. At Sophia said, real life Oloto story. Wow. That's so somehow. God deliver us from poverty, because nothing else will cause this kind of thing past poverty and lack of finance. Yeah, that's a lot of challenges there, because without finance, people go extra miles just to get money. And worse, if you think that you're the first person or you have people to cater for, definitely there are people out there that would go to extra mile to just do something just to cater for their family. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, moving next to our next trend that we have today, because we're bringing it to you as it is hot. This one happened here in Nigeria, you know, Ogun State. 2 men stole 300 million naira from workplace, spent it on sport betting at Ogun State. Alright, ladies, let's listen to this story and get to know what we're going to talk about this. 2 men aged 35 and 23 have been arrested for stealing the sum of 300 million from their workplace, which they reportedly spent it on sporty betting. The incident came to light through a post shared on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. The report has since been confirmed by the police in a video statement that detailed the crime. A police officer who spoke on the matter disclosed the names and age of the suspects, identifying them as Tomisin, 35, and Yaya, 23. He revealed that the duo were arrested in Ogun State for committing corporate fraud while working at a lifestyle hospitality company. We want to use this case to speak to our young ones and those who are heavily involved in betting, the officer said. Operative arrest Tomisin, 35, and Yaya, 23 in Ogun State. They were arrested for a corporate fraud involving 300 million at their place of employment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this video for more details from this police officer.
Tomisin, 35 years. Yaya Oladimeji, male, 23 years. This case, we want to use this case to talk to our young ones, and for those who like to dwell in PM, operatives of VIFT arrested the deal of Folarin Otun Tomisin, 35 years, and Yaya Oladimeji, 23 years, in Ogun State. The deal were arrested for the offense of corporate fraud of 300 million naira only. At a lifestyle hospitality business where they were employed. Efforts to recover the stolen funds from the suspects proved futile as investigation reveals that most of the funds had been diverted to their personal accounts and were used for expensive gambling, which have formed addiction. They actually stole money from the company, and they used that huge amount of money for gambling. More than 300 million naira. The suspects have confessed to their crimes and have also revealed that they had only benefited the sum of 2 to 3 million naira since the past 3 years of betting and gambling. So they kept on pumping money into gambling, but according to them, they said they've not actually benefited much, just I think around 2 or 3 million naira so far. But they went on pumping money, taking the money of their principal, ruining the business of the owner of that hospitality business, and it's quite unfortunate. One of them, Folarin Tomisin, was actually contemplating suicide moment before his arrest due to the failed gambling addiction. He has failed severally, but he kept on pumping money. Before he was arrested, in fact, the arrest actually saved his life. He attempted suicide. If the operatives had not picked him that day, perhaps he would not be alive today. We are using this to be a lesson to our teaming youth and individuals who are fond of playing and pumping their resources on gambling. If it is not your luck, it is not your luck. So it is quite unfortunate that they betrayed the trust the owner of that business had in them, stole his money, only to play gamble, what we call tete. Do you want to send any word of encouragement to anybody outside there? Any person who wants to toe your line? Gambling never pays. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Things are really happening in this our country, because I don't even know what to say. Or let me allow my guests in the house to debate over this. Two brothers that decided to waste 300 million for gambling. All right, Fina, what do you have to say about this?
Addiction is crazy. Addiction is a very, very, very bad thing. I feel one of the biggest problems we have in this country is addiction, is bet addiction. I've seen a very rich person go down to square zero because of betting.
Wow.
People sell their cars, people sell stuff, sell their houses just to bet game, which is crazy. Imagine stealing 300 million naira just to bet. Why would you do such a thing? If, okay, it would have been understandable if the people had something important, something big to do. Be like, yeah, coming from the person's defense, or maybe, but to bet, you got only 2 million naira. Does that make any sense? See, I think one of the problems, 50% of the problems we are facing in this Nigeria is us. We are the problems. Okay, imagine if he steals that 300 million to invest on something. At least he can even pay back now that they arrest him, or maybe he can, let's say, but I don't even believe they use all that money for betting. I feel they invested that money on something. They're just trying to cover up because it makes no sense.
Guy, betting is strong. Like,
but I don't feel they use all that money for betting. Maybe they might have invested it on something, then they just lie so that they will not refund the money or something. I don't really know.
I know a person that sold his father's house and used the entire money for betting too.
But 300 million is crazy, and 2 people,
Yeah,
two grown adults.
maybe they told that after investing that money, you get like maybe $1 or something. Maybe the money will come in many forms. So they feel as if,
Okay, I have a question. Did they invest it once? They just carry it and invest it once, or they are splitting it?
No, I think it's splitting.
So based on the story, they said they just invested it once. That once, out of 2 years, they only got 2 million after 2 years. So,
Huh?
Imagine.
This is not just straight. I just feel like they invested it on something very.
Like,
that's
I don't understand. Is it that people are craving for money that much that they want to make money out of without any sweat? You understand? They just want to make more money every day. But I know a friend of mine that she works at the oil this thing.
yeah.
She works there. So a guy came that this was happening. You invest 20,000 naira, you get 40,000 naira. She now invested at 20,000 naira. She now got 40,000 naira.
Wow.
Then he now said, invest 100, you get 200. You know what she did? She invests 100 to get 200. They gave it to her. Then he now said, invest 400, you give you 800,000 naira. She did it. You understand? Then the last one, she said she should invest 3 million naira. Wow. She's a manager in that organization, you understand? Then she was like, okay, after I've been doing it, so let me just give it a try. She you understand? Then what did she do? She picked money from the office, 3 million naira, and that's how the money went off.
yeah.
Like, she came back home, she was crying, she came to my house. She was like, Mommy, look at what happened to me. This is a true life story. Like, Mommy, see what happened to me. My mother was like, how did they have start killing one and this what happened? I was like, okay, now let's go to the guy's office. He owns the office. When we went there, there's nothing like office. Like, nothing ever existed in that place. Like, everything was gone. There's no curtain, no bulb, no generator, not even a single chair.
She has been selling everything.
No, the guy that owns the office,
yes,
the scammer. So those people, he just run away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he owns the office before. Like, this is my office. I'll come here anytime. All those things.
Yeah.
So he was using that office to get attention. So you see, all those things, guy, happens for a reason, and people will feel as if, okay, it's an easy way for me to get money. Just invest and get the money as fast as possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they will use the money for the most funniest things ever.
Yes. Imagine. Like, she carried that money from the office. Now she's paying the money up to now. She's still paying the money. She's not even done paying the money up to date. She lost her job and she's still paying the money.
One thing I noticed that people that really crave money don't have anything important to do with the money.
That is it.
Because if those people that stole that 300 million have something important to do with it, they would have not thought of bets first, because 300 million is huge. You can do literally anything you want to do with it in this country. 300 million is something. So if they had like something very big in mind, they wouldn't have used that 300 million to invest in bets. So I have a question. Is it they stole the money like this year and it took them police 2 years to get them?
You know what happened? I feel like they sold the money and hide it secretly. Nobody knows the money was missing at the first place. That's how I'm feeling like. Do you understand? So when the company became and do all those research, the so amount of money is missing in the company. That's when they trust them to arrest them. Because 2 years, that means the person has been expecting where is money going to.
Okay, they just kept the money and you remove 100 million, the bets, or 10,000. Is that how they have been doing it?
I don't know how they do with the money. All we had was the
300 million.
So 300 million for phone game, and there were cards and all of this type of things. It is well with them.
It seems like they are cursed or something, because it can't be well with somebody like 300 million.
Crazy.
You understand? And use it to bet.
It is well.
There are many business they can use, yeah? There are many business to use with that money too. Like many business. But I don't understand. The only thing in my head is betting. Like some people used to get money from that betting, yeah? They will invest in betting, they'll still get money from the betting and start a better life from the betting too. But I don't understand why.
The thing is, you cannot start a better life from betting, because that money is still going to finish, because you still use that money you have used to invest to bet more. That's one thing about betting, is addiction.
I know a person that earns from betting. He like, let me say he got like 1 million naira. Now he's done to open a big shop.
Give him time.
Let's pick this first call and hear what you have to say about this. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
So what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Tonya.
Okay, Tonya, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling
Hello? Barry? Miss, can you turn down the volume of your TV? Alright, please call us. When you want to call, please make sure you turn down the volume of your TV so that we'll get to hear you and you'll get to hear us better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what our netizens are saying about this particular comment, this trend here. I have Meiji said, stay away from any man who gambles. It does not build him but destroys him. Wow, that's really, really something else. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Tonya. I'm calling from Buhari, Abuja.
Okay, Tonya from Abuja. What do you have to say about this trend happening?
It's sad.
Okay.
And it's wrong.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sonia. Sonia said it's bad and it's so wrong. Thank you so much, Sonia. I hope Abuja is treating you fine over there. Alright, let's see what our sisters seen on our Facebook page before we move to our next trend. I have Douglas Lina Igwe said, these guys is like their village people follow them. Talking about the guys with 300 million. Alright, still from the Douglas Lina said, these guys is like their village will follow them. She said, keep it up, Fina, baby. Alright, Fina, you have someone sending a shout out to you from our Facebook page. Thank you so much, Lina, for your shout out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward to our next trend. Bride cancels wedding 1 day to the D-Day over husband's church. Let's hear the story and get to know what happened to this bride. Bride cancels her wedding 1 day to the event, claiming she cannot marry her husband's church. The incident was reported to have occurred in Plateau State. According to the report made on Facebook by Plateau Watch, the couple were meant to marry on Saturday, 5th April 2025. On the 4th of April, while the bells were already rolling ahead of the event, the lady report ran away, claiming that she cannot marry a Kokin church member. The report read, what sort of wickedness is this? Update reaching me. Come out and Guldi Zawan is that a bride has called off her wedding yesterday night. The wedding was scheduled to hold today, Saturday. Groomsmen allowed in a hotel just before Grand Cyril, and the bridesmaids are currently at the Kokin Pastorium, but wife is nowhere to be found. Wow. just wow. Look at how pretty this bride is. See there, she looks so beautiful. So pretty, boy. And I don't get. The thing is, when they're in courtship, when they are going for counseling in the church, yeah, she know there is a Kokin church, and they've been dating for 3 years. Let me allow my guests argue with it.
No, this is really, really fun. They've been dating for 3 years. So which church have they been attending? Did the groom just come up with the church a day before the wedding?
I don't understand.
So many questions.
So many questions in my mind right now. Like me, I think if you should get married to church, just to go and, like, let's say, ask people around. Okay, what's their roles in the church? Okay, don't use earrings. Okay, they use earrings just for 1 day. I feel as if there's that you go to around that kind of thing before 1 year out the reception. You can do anything you want to do at that particular hours. But why would she? Maybe she has something in her mind though. Yes, she has something in her mind because that particular
maybe one of her ex texted her the night of her wedding.
Yeah, and said she just
maybe her favorite ex texted her because this makes no sense. That's not a reason. That's not a good reason. Because from records, we have a lot of girls out there unmarried that want to get married. A lot of desperate girls, and why would someone run and leave her marriage a day to the wedding that she don't want to get married to her husband or her fiancé because of his church? It makes no sense.
No, really.
No,
it makes no sense.
Me, I feel okay. Definitely, there's counseling.
Yes.
You go for the counseling with
Yes.
your husband before the wedding.
Yes.
So, and the counseling is in church because it's elders and other people from the church that are counseling you. So she waited for that counseling till that very day of the wedding. My sister, tell us the truth.
I think she didn't like the guy. Maybe she never liked him.
No, if
like-
you don't like him, you shouldn't have allowed it to get to this stage.
To that stage, yeah, of everything, like everything is being done.
Maybe she wanted the alimony.
But me, I feel as if there's something in her mind because some pastors, yeah,
She has a reason.
Some pastors do stay with people's nerves, yeah. Because there's a wedding that I went to. The pastor was like, she's not going to enter the church with a wig on her hair. She has to lose it. People said they can't do it because it's even annoying. They have to lose that bride's hair, for her to pack her hair and enter the church. They have to remove her lashes, her nails out. She doesn't even know because where she's coming from. They don't know all those things.
Yeah, I remember
Do you
that
understand?
story. I remember that we did it on Our Strength in here. So
Good.
that lady was.
So me, I feel like maybe the pastor steps on her nerves because a girl like me, I can do worse than this. That's it. I'm not lying. Like there's some things that I love doing naturally. So on my wedding day, I was supposed to look beautiful. They just think that I'm not doing all those things. It's heartbreaking. Or maybe I'll just say, since today is my wedding day, maybe I'll have my wedding day differently, maybe on next Saturday or something like that. The day I can just do what I want to do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, because this thing is guy. It's just wedding is one thing of a lifetime.
Yeah, just once.
Just once. So maybe she wants to look pretty, and the pastor said she can't use wig, or maybe she has to pack her natural hair, or all those. You know, we girls now, we like making things.
But at some point, she tarnished her image because a lot of guys will be coming and say, "Is it this girl that is running?"
Yeah, she ran away.
She will run, and if you don't go and waste your money all of this time. So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, please be mindful of what you do and how you do things, especially
And
the
she
ladies.
also hosts people around her.
Yeah,
I can imagine how her parents, her siblings,
All of
everybody.
those
The
things.
people travel far and near to make that day come.
Imagine the kind of money the guy spent. This time that's everywhere, everything is high.
Expensive, yeah.
Some people are just very heartless. Really.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from my guest. Without wasting much of our time, I guess we're going to the last but not the least of our trend for today, which is man arrest for allegedly raping 10-year-old daughter and infecting her with HIV. This is the story that really got me sad, and things are happening. But for you to rape a 10-year-old girl and you infected her with a disease of lifetime till death, it is well. Let's get to know the story and know what happened in the story. A 50-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly raping his 10-year-old daughter and infecting her with HIV in Ogole South Local Government Area of Delta State. The incident was confirmed by Comrade Israel Joe, a human activist. He also confirmed the arrest of the suspect by the police on Friday, April 4th, 2025. According to the report, the man is said to have had a series of affairs with some women in the community and has also affected his wife with various as well. The mother of the little girl took her to a hospital after she realized her daughter was emaciated. Sorry, that's a scientific word. Where she was diagnosed with HIV positive. Following interrogation, the minor revealed that the father had been raping her. Oh wow. This is such a wickedness. The man said a man about 50 years old called Mr. David defiled rape his 10-year-old daughter. The major issue is that the guy had been allegedly disturbing HIV to unsuspected teenagers and ladies in and around the town. With such wickedness, he also decided to share it with his own daughter after infesting the wife. We got him arrested during the early hours of today. A medical examination of the daughter showed several penetration from her own father. What a wicked one, he wrote. Wow. This story is so touching, and it's something else. I wonder, your own daughter, 10-year-old.
Wow.
10-year-old daughter that you gave birth to. Your wife
Just
is
like
there.
the movie.
Your wife, like you can movie.
I've said more than 50 wows. I've just been wowing.
So what do you have to say about this, Fina?
Oh my god. What? Okay. Is this even real?
Yeah, it happened in Delta State. But
You didn't just rape, you infected her with HIV, your own daughter. What happened to protecting your own property?
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, and from what you read, I heard that he has been spreading it.
Yeah, to other teenagers and ladies.
Why are people heartless? Why? To your own daughter, your 10-year. Oh my God!
Like,
I don't want to cry right now, please. This is
what I have to say about it is, me, I feel like for the man to keep doing this continuously, it means he has been doing it.
Yeah.
And his wife knows about it. Well, it's her husband.
Yeah.
You understand? We women want to protect our home every time. You understand? They'll be like,
Yes.
my husband, I don't want to take him out.
Oh my
I don't want
God.
to call people and tell them that my husband used to rape me all the time. You understand? Some women need to go online and cry anonymously and said they are being raped by their husbands.
Oh my God.
They're married, yeah, but sometimes they are being
But
raped
your
too.
child, your 10-year-old child.
I'm just going there right now. And some women will be like, since it's his daughter, it's okay. You understand? I can't stand my husband to sit with me and another girl. So I prefer him going to my daughter. You understand? This woman knows that her husband do this thing most of the time, but she just feel as if she wants to protect the image of her house.
Every day
And look
I
at what
find a reason
happened.
to
It
dislike
failed
marriage.
on
I
her
don't know.
daughter. Had it been she started and said, okay, this is what my husband has been doing, you understand? My husband is
Maybe she would have protected her daughter.
Thank you. But she
Yeah.
was being space. She was being okay. Let me just cover my home to make it a very peaceful home. So
But
that
I doubt if a mother would want to do that. The girl is not of age. She's just 10 years. And you imagine 10-year-old daughter is still coming up.
No, what
Yes,
she
one.
meant, she said the wife is aware that the husband has been doing that to other girls
just
out
outside.
there.
But she
She has
keeps
just been
Not
trying
aware of her own
to.
daughter.
Yeah, she keep trying to
keep
protect
it a secret.
her husband and her family.
Because I once read a story like this on TikTok. The girl said the mother knows that her father slept with her since when she was 13 years old, and she's 23. You get? You said that okay, you went to school fees. Okay, I have to do this before I give you your school fees. And which is her mother even knows about it. Her mother to beg her, don't tell anybody. So can you imagine that trauma, that pain? I feel as if we have a voice that we need to shout out to. We need help. When we need help, we shout out to people when we need the help. But the women will be like, okay, let me just keep quiet. This is my home. I don't want my image outside to be tarnished. But you don't know who and who that particular act will affect. I look at this innocent.
And now it affects your own child.
Tell me. Innocent
You know,
child
she
doesn't-
don't want to speak out because it's not happening to her own.
Yes.
Wow.
I feel as if since it's all those girls, she continue following the game. Me, I don't care.
Please hope they are keeping that man far away from the public.
Because he's an animal.
Definitely they will have to do that.
He's an animal, seriously. Because 50-year-old man on
Your
a
own 10-year-old child. How are you even doing it? Like, how? I don't even want to think about
he's
it.
used to doing it. He's used to it. It's not a one day something. He's used to it. Because, tell me, like among all the girls, you understand, it's only your daughter. That means that particular moment he's just feeling as if he just wants to touch and that girl. So he feel as if he's the only girl close by. Sure you understand. But had there been that woman, like she knows all those things, supposed to stand out before him coming close to her daughter. But me, I feel as if small, anywhere you say smoke coming out, there's element of fire there. So she might know something, but tries to keep it safe because she wants to keep her marriage intact. So please, women out there should just stand up
marriage
sometimes.
is becoming scary.
It's becoming scary, guys.
It is well.
It's becoming scary.
Wow. That's so terrifying, so ladies and gentlemen. You heard from my two guests today with me in the studio. You had their own side of the story. If you have any other thing to say, you can send us a message. You can drop it on our Facebook page at Some TV, and also on our YouTube at Some TV Live. We'll go through your comments and then read it out for you tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We've come to the end of today's What's Trending on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. But before I go, permit me to appreciate my guest today with me in the studio, in person of Fina. Thank you so much for coming, Fina. Nice to have you in the studio with me today.
You're welcome.
And also, Bests, thank you so much for coming. You know, they really tried and they gave their own opinion, they added their own side, how they feel about this trend. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you know you have something to say about this, you really have. And then things are happening in our country that we have to be very careful and be mindful of how we do things, from trafficking, raping, and all of those things, stealing and all of those things, be it mother, father. Now this thing is involving everybody in the world, not just the children, but also the fathers, the mothers, and everybody. Youth, young, old. Everything is happening so fast. So I just hope that our viewers watching this right now will just be precaution, take caution about all these things happening. That's why I'm bringing it to you right in the tips of your fingertips, just for you to get to know that things are happening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to appreciate my producer and person of James Emmanuel Atta, and also the crew behind the scene, which is Meshach, that's the studio controller. He's in the studio right now controlling all of this, and also Moses behind the camera. Thank you so much for my crew. I guess we've come to the end of today's episode. You can follow